When I look into her eyes, I see paradise.
What do you do when you have no motivation at all to work? What do you do when you don't want to start but you have to start like somewhere? What do you do then? I say just do it. You see what I did there? Okay, I have been loving Nike recently, mainly because I did them as a assignment for my class recently, and I think it's actually true. You know, their logo, it just matters. It just collides perfectly well with everyday work and everyday life. Just do it. So I thought of making a video about, you know, how to start working when you don't feel like it, how to adapt the just do it principle into your life, because you need it. Everyone needs it. And Nike did it right. So now it's time for you to do it right. Okay, so I know, like many of you, me included, I suffer from waiting for the perfect moment in life to do something. Like I'm waiting for the calling. It's like in those movies, okay, there's this girl, she's like looking for her calling, and then suddenly music starts playing, birds start humming, and then her calling is found. Does that happen in real life? I have no idea. But somehow people seem to be waiting for that calling in their life and just sitting there doing nothing. I was that person. I would go on Pinterest looking for like inspiration and all of that, and I would like waste hours of my day looking for the motivation to do something. And if I actually had done something in the hours I wasted looking for motivation, I would be a billionaire by now. Like, not even kidding. Because there are so many days that I've done this. So many hours I've spent wasted waiting for the calling to do something. And if I had known longer that it's not gonna come, you don't get a specific calling in your life, you just have to go and create the opportunity, I would have done that way long ago. First thing is, there's no perfect time for anything. If you want to go be a singer, do it now. Don't wait for 10 years from now when you have perfect hair and like the perfect voice. If you don't have the perfect voice, go train for it. There's so many things that you can do to get the perfect voice. I mean, there's no perfect timing. Remember that. The first thing is, there's no perfect timing. Don't wait for the perfect time. I personally am a slave of it still, kinda, but I think I have mastered the technique. Not mastered, actually. I push myself to do things now because I realized that you just have to do it. You just have to start, and when you do start, you just keep going. Am I the only person who feels that? Because I feel like if you just start, if you just take the first step, you just keep taking the other steps. If you haven't watched Frozen recently, go watch Frozen 2. Anna sings a song about taking like the first step and then the next steps just come. You know, I don't know how that relates, but then it just kind of spoke to me. So yeah, go watch Frozen 2 if you haven't watched it yet. It's like this, okay? You can go on Pinterest, you can look for inspiration, but just make it part of your morning routine where you just go on Pinterest and look for inspiration, and then don't go on Pinterest again, because Pinterest is a slave, I will tell you. It's a what do you call that thing? It's a trap. Let's just say it's a trap. It just catches you and you're like stuck on it forever. You're just browsing on Pinterest for like the perfect thing and then the perfect opportunity. You're reading blog posts about motivation, but you're not actually doing anything. That's not being productive at all, okay? You need to stop doing that. And honey, it does not happen that way. No one's gonna come and knock on your door saying it's time to work unless you sit down at your table and start doing it, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start, okay? If you haven't, let's say you have an assignment, you don't have to finish your assignment right now. Just write the title, write your name, put your index number. That's enough. If you feel like doing that, just do it. Just start with that, and then trust me, you're gonna keep progressing. You're gonna want to write more because now you're in the zone. All you need to do is get in the zone, and to get in the zone, you just have to start. That's it. That's the only thing you need to do. Just start. Just start. Stop waiting for calling. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for some divine person to come and tell, okay, man, it's your time now. No one says that. No one says that. No one says. Okay, so you need to have willpower, and trust me when I say this, I still am not quite the person to have willpower to do something, because I sometimes like just drop out of it and just run the opposite direction. But I'm working on it. I'm working to get there, and this is just something that I've learned that I felt like I have to share with you, so that someday after I film this video in like 6 months, maybe I can come back and tell you guys that I've mastered the willpower to actually do something consistently, because I have that issue. I am still waiting for motivation to strike, but I'm trying not to do that. that. Here are some tips that I've learned to fight the battle of waiting for motivation. Like I said, just start. Like I said, like the assignment example, if you have a big assignment, don't wait till you understand it. You don't have to understand it. Just write some random things. Just write. That's all you need to do. Just write some random things the way you think is what the answer is about. Let's say they ask you a question about innovation. Just write what you think of innovation. Write what you think is innovation, and then maybe the next day you can go over it, make some changes, and like that. That's how you progress. You just start with some random place and then progress. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time you do it. Nothing is perfect the first time anyone does it. Try not to be a perfectionist. It just goes on with what I've been saying over and over again. Do not be a perfectionist. It's hard. I know people want to make things perfect the first time they do it, but that's not how the world works. You have a lot of tries, okay? If anyone stopped at their first try, no one would be successful people. Elon Musk would not be successful. No one will be successful if they just dropped out in the first try. Honey, Rome was not built in one day. So you cannot perfect something in one day. Usain Bolt did not become the fastest man in the world in one day. It took years and years and hours of training to get that. So don't try to make anything perfect in one go. Start small. Write your name on the essay. If you have to film a YouTube video, like which is what I pushed myself to do today, you just need to set up your scenery and then you will just feel like doing it. Write down your notes. If you have to write down this big note, start small. Write one paragraph. Write one page today. That's it. That's all it takes. Write one page. Write your name. Start small. You don't always have to start at the beginning. If it's an assignment, you can start from the middle. If you have 3 questions to answer, start with the third one. Start with the second one. There's no rule that you start in the beginning. And also, if none of these methods work for you, you can try the Pomodoro, the 25-5 method. Let's just say that because I don't know how to pronounce that person's name. That method is you work for 25 minutes, you set your alarm for 25 minutes, and at the end of the 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break and you continue to do it in 25-minute, 5-minute slots. But the trick here is if you do feel like snoozing your alarm at 25 and keep on, like if you want to still work even after the 25 hits, you can do that and then take a break after that. But I also heard that some people say it kills their motivation because the alarm goes at 25 minutes and then you stop. It doesn't have to be like that. The 25 minutes is for people who just don't want to start anywhere. So you just do it for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break and then resume back for another 25 minutes. This is also actually a very good method for studying because apparently our brain works like that. It takes 25 minutes to like focus on something and do something, and then you need a 5-minute break to refresh, and then you start another 25-minute slot, take 5 minutes, and then once an hour it's finished, you take 10 minutes, and then after like a big 4-hour slot of studying, you take like 2 hours of break time. It's like that. So if you don't know where to start, set your timer for 25 minutes and just start. Okay, it's simple as that. So tips for the future, like this is the tips for people who just don't know how to start or like what to do when you're stuck in this entire loop of waiting for motivation to strike. I'd say make a plan. You can watch my plan, like how to plan your day video. I will link it in the eye. And make a plan so that you don't burn out in the future, so that you have a schedule, you know what to do next. Some people, it works for them. It works for me to know that, okay, so tomorrow I have to get these things done. That way I'm not going to sit here being lazy. I mean, you can sit here and become a lazy potato after you've done your work. Okay, once you've finished your to-do list, once you've crossed all your items off, if you cross all your items off by 3 p.m, the rest of the day you can watch any movie you want, do whatever you want. You finished your work for that day. So it doesn't always have to be productive days, as in you start at 6 a.m. and finish at 11 p.m. That doesn't have to be your definition of productive. As long as you finish the necessary things for that day, that's your productive day. Make sure you don't burn out by doing all these big things. Take breaks. Like I said, you need breaks so that you're not burned out, you're not like unmotivated to do the next task. And make sure to keep things interesting. Like you can listen to music while studying, you can take a break and walk, make your favorite coffee, make your favorite beverage, make a drink, have self-care time. That's very important. Also go watch my video on self-care because these things help you stay sane. These things just help you be on track, not burn out, and it helps you in the long run. If you have a plan, if you have time for yourself, if you also have time to watch Netflix and read your favorite books and do joyous things, they actually help you being productive and all of that. Even if you don't feel like it, just do it. It doesn't matter. These things help you become the person you want to be. Okay, do you want to be that successful person? Then you have to do it. You can't let your feelings overpower your mind, your productivity. What I want to say is, if you want to be that person in the future, you have to start being that person now. Okay, you can't be lazy couch potato and not do any work and expect to be that person with like nice houses and nice cars and all those luxury things. Okay, so like I said, start small, start now. Keep Nike in mind and just do it, because motivation's not gonna come to you. It's not gonna come to you. You can't just be waiting for motivation to come through the door. You have to just do it, honey. Write it down somewhere. Stick it, make it your wallpaper. Write it down, hang it on your door, scribble it on your mirror. Just do it, and every time you see it, you will be motivated, and thus you will be productive, and that will lead you to become that person. Your goals matter, you matter, so it's important to take small baby steps until you progress. Make sure to know that willpower is important. Discipline, you can build it. So you need to start small and always keep in mind to just do it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and I will see you next week. Bye guys. And also leave a comment down below how you progressed during the week. Did these tips help you? Did you finally manage to cross off your entire to-do list? I want to know. Instagram me, DM me, do whatever you want. Text me. And I will see you on Tuesday. Bye guys.